Hello, mathematicians. This is day 4 for session 4, lesson 21, adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So today we're refining the work, so make sure you push pause and solve it before I do. Okay, our first one is 4 1/8 minus 2 5/8. So push pause, solve it, and we'll see if we agree. All right, welcome back. This is how I'm thinking. I'm going to change this whoops, got to get my right pen mark here, 4 1/8 into a fraction. So 8/8 plus 8/8 plus 8/8 plus 8/8, that's 8 times 4 is going to be 32/8 plus an eighth. So that's 33/8. And then 2 5/8, if I change that to a fraction, it's going to be 8/8 plus 8/8, so 16/8 plus 5/8 is 21/8. All right, now I can subtract 33 minus 21. I'm going to just count up from 21, so it's 9, 10, 12. So that's going to be 12/8. And if I change that to a whole number, that would be 8/8 plus 4/8, which would be 1 4/8. Or 1 1/2. They're both right. So hopefully we agree. Hopefully I got it right. Remember next one. A soccer team drinks 5 2/3 liters of water during a game. Their opponents drink 4 2/3 liters of water. How much water do both teams drink? So they give us a picture. Right here they've got the 5 2/3 liter. And here's the 4 2/3 liter. And they put them together. So 5 plus 4 will be 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then right here would be 2/3 plus 2/3 for 4/3, which is 1 1/3. So that's the picture way. How could you use a number line to help you solve this problem? All right. You could totally number line this one. You could, I'll put my room up here to do this. Maybe I would start at the big one. I'd just maybe start at 5, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then mark it off in thirds. Thirds is 2 cuts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 cuts. 2 cuts and 2 cuts to make thirds, and then I'll use green for my hopping if it works. So I probably would start at the bigger number, 5 2/3. So there's 5 1/3. 5 2/3 is right there. And let's add 4. So 5 2/3 hops. Well, that hops the whole thing. We don't want to hop the whole thing. We want the pen and green. Green. 5 2/3. 6 2/3. 7 2/3. 8 2/3. 9 2/3. 10 2/3 for 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that's 5 hops. Oh, wait a minute though. That would be wrong. We don't need this one. So let me just see if I can undo. Well, that's going to undo the ones. Undo what? Oh, took the whole thing off. That's right. Let's try again. I hopped 5, but I started at 5 and I need to hop 4. Okay, so 5 plus 1. 6 2/3, 7 2/3, 8 2/3, 9 2/3. There we go. So that's hopping 4 for the whole number 4. Now I need to go 2/3 more. 1/3, 2/3. So right there, it's going to be 10 1/3. So that's how you use the number line if you use it correctly. Does that match down here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1/3. Yep, 10 and 1/3, 10 and 1/3. Well, hopefully you pressed pause and you got it right before I did, because I hopped wrong. Kelly buys 4 7/8 pounds of apples and 2 3/8 pounds of oranges. How many pounds of fruit does she buy altogether? Show your work. So first read, she's buying some apples and oranges. Second read, ask ourselves, what are we trying to find out? Kelly buys 4 7/8 pounds of apples and 2 3/8 pounds of oranges. How many pounds of fruit does she buy altogether? Show your work. So we're trying to find out how much altogether. Third read, what are the important numbers? Kelly buys 4 7/8 pounds of apples and 2 3/8 pounds of oranges. How many pounds of fruit does she buy altogether? So we've got, that's an important number, and that's an important number. And then the altogether is important. So there we go. So then you can solve it any way you want to. I think I will do 4 7/8 plus 2 3/8. I think I'm going to put the wholes together. So 4 plus 2 is 6. And I'm going to put the fractions together. 7/8 plus 3/8 is 7/8, 8/8, 9/8, 10/8. So we have 6 and 10/8. And then this part is the same as 8/8 plus 2/8. So that makes it 1 2/8. So my total is, so this is going to be 1 2/8 plus 6. That makes it 7 2/8 pounds. All right, let's see if we agree. Next one for practice. How can we tell if our answer is reasonable? Okay, so Carrie reads a total of 20 2/4 pages in her science and social studies book combined. She reads 12 3/4 pages in her science book. How many pages does she read in her social studies book? Show your work. So read number 1 sounds like she's doing some reading and some partial pages. Some reading in science and social studies. Read 2, what are we trying to find out? Carrie reads a total of 20 2/4 pages in her science and social studies books combined. She reads 12 3/4 pages in her science book. How many pages does she read in her social studies book? Show your work. So we're trying to find out social studies. All right. What are the important numbers? Carrie reads a total of 20 2/4 pages in her science and social studies book combined. She reads 12 3/4 pages in her science book. How many pages did she read in her social studies book? Show your work. Okay, so this 20 2/4 is got that big and there. That's them together. 20, and we know that there's 20 2/4, and that is science plus the social studies book. We know that. And then we know that just the science one is 12 3/4. Okay, and we're trying to find the social studies. All right, so 12 3/4 plus social studies will equal 20 2/4. All right, so give it a go. Push pause, and then we'll come back and see if we agree. Okay, welcome back. I am going to subtract these. Since I have them lined up right here, I'm going to subtract science and social studies minus science. So the whole number is 20 minus 12 is 8. And then I have this right here. I have 2/4 minus 3/4. So I'm going to go crazy and go negative. If I have 2/4 minus 3/4, that means I'm negative 1/4. What? That'd be true. If you have 2/4 minus 3/4, you owe a fourth. So now I have 8 minus 1/4. So that will be 7 3/4 pages for social studies. That's an A. That's a G. Okay, hard to write with my finger. 7 3/4 pages. So hopefully we agree. And I just went negative. That can happen. Which of the following shows a correct way to find 15 and 4/5 minus 9 and 3/5? And then we have a whole bunch of words with A, B, C, D. I think I will solve it first, and then I will see which of the following shows the correct way. Okay, so first I'm just going to solve. So I've got 15 and 4/5 minus 9 and 3/5. Okay, I'm going to put the wholes together. 15 minus 9 is 6. Remember, push pause, solve it yourself. Come back and see if you agree. 4/5 minus 3/5 is 1/5. So the answer has to be 6 and 1/5. Now I have to do this important work of reading A, B, C, and D. And it says, which of the following? So it sounds like there's going to be one correct choice. And Marilla chose A as the correct answer. Did she do each step correctly? Okay, so let's look at A. That will help us with this and let us know if A is correct. Subtract the whole numbers. Yes, we subtracted the whole numbers. I did it that way. And then subtract the fractions. Yes, so far I agree. 15 minus 9 is the whole numbers. 4/5 minus 3/5, that's I agree. Subtract the differences. Ooh, nope, I don't subtract 6 and 1/5. I just had, that's what I have left. 6 wholes and then I have 1/5 left. So I disagree with A. Mariella chose A. Did she do each step correctly? Almost. She needs to add the differences. So you find out the differences between the whole numbers up here. We did the whole numbers, get the difference between the wholes, the difference between the fraction, then add those parts together. If it's all positive, and it was. So no on A. Add the whole numbers and then add the fractions. What? Subtract the sums. No, we're going to add 15 plus 9. No. Okay, 2 more choices. Subtract the whole numbers. Yes. And then subtract the fractions. Yes. And then add the differences. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. I agree with that one. But let's double check with D. Write the mixed numbers as fractions greater than 1, and then add the fractions. So you could do this, but you wouldn't add. If this said subtract, then you would be right. So that one was trying to trick us. Okay, that's on page 458. Next, on page 459. So try these on your own for sure, so you'll be ready for the test on tomorrow. Ella. Oh, it's almost like L. We'll say L. L orders 16 pizzas for a party. There are 3 5/8 pizzas left after the party. How many pizzas are eaten? That's a lot of pizza. Okay, so she started with 16, and then there's 3 5/8 left. So it's 16 minus something equals 3 5/8. How many pizzas are eaten? So we can count up from 3 5/8 to get to 16. Maybe I'll do it that way. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can fit 16 in here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoa, off the page. Hopefully you can see that whole thing. 16. Okay. So I'm going to start at 3 5/8. I'm not liking this way now. All right. Okay. We'll count up. So 3 5/8. And we're going to get all the way close to 16. So let's start hopping. 3 5/8. Yeah. Mark this one into 8 pieces. 7 cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, it's hard to remember. Whoops. Okay. Nope. There we are. Sorry about that. Sometimes things happen. Okay, we are at, I'm going to hop in purple. We're at 3 and 5/8. 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and 5/8. Now we're hopping to, oops, 4 and 5/8. I'm just going to estimate 6 and 5/8, a little over half. 7 and 5/8. Oops. 8 and 5/8. 9 and 5/8. 10 and 5/8. 11 and 5/8. 12. 13 and 5/8. 14 and 5/8. 15 and 5/8. Better stop there. Phew. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 holes, and I'm at 15 and 5/8. That means I've got plus 3/8 to go. Now it seems good. 15 and 3/8, which is none of those answers. So let's check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. By 16, I mean 12. 12 and 3/8. 12 and 3/8. Let's check and see. 12 plus 3 is 15. 3/8 plus that. Okay, looks like that worked. So we're 12 and 3/8. Letter A. That's a lot of pizza, Al. You must have a lot of pizza eating friends. Okay, maybe you got there a lot quicker than I did, but I think it's A. Next one. Sean works in his yard for 3 and 5/6 hours on Saturday. He works another 4 and 1/6 hour in his yard on Sunday. How many hours does he work in the yard in all? Okay, so Sean works he's working in his yard Saturday and Sunday. Sean works in his yard for 3 and 5/6 hours on Saturday. He works another 4 and 1/6 on Sunday. How many hours? We're trying to find out how many hours. And important numbers. Sean works in his yard for 3 and 5/6 hours on Saturday. He works another 4 and 6 hours on Sunday. I think I said the long days. So there's our important numbers. We got the Saturday hours. We got the Sunday hours. And then we want in all. So it's going to be adding. Okay. Well, it's not going to be 2, 6. Let's just solve it and see which one works. But A looks suspiciously very wrong. Okay, maybe they were subtracting. So 3 and 5/6 plus 4 and 1/6. Make sure you solve it. Push pause, solve it, and then see if we agree. Welcome back. 7. 5/6 plus 1/6 would be 6/6, which is also called one whole, which would get us to 8. Ding, 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 ding. Number 8. Oh, so on page 459, we have number 6. 4 friends share 3 orders of chicken wings. Alex eats 5/8 of an order. Chase eats 7/8. L eats 6/8 of an order. How much of an order of chicken wings is left for the 4th friend? Oh, yes, 4 friends. All right, so we got Alex, Chase, and L are eating. That's what the story's about. How much of an order of chicken wings is left? So that's what we're trying to find out. And then here's our important information. So we've got Alex eating 5/8. That's Alex. Chase eats 7/8. That's Chase. And we'll just call her L because that's more fun. She likes chicken and pizza. And then we have person number 4. So, and it has to equal 3 orders. And it looks like they're in 8s. So 3 orders broken into 8s would be, I'm going to use a different color so you can actually see it. 3 would be the same as 24 8s, right? Because 24 divided by 8 is 3. Okay. So 5/8 plus 7/8 plus 6/8. I'm going to say, add 7 plus 6 first. 13 plus 5 is 18. So I have 18 8s with the 3 people plus what equals 24 8s. weirdness. There's an 8. Okay, so 18 plus what equals 24? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 6 eighths. 6 eighths for person number 4. So I choose 6 eighths of an order and circle that because that's my answer. All right, hopefully we agree. Let's try this next one on page 460. Remember, solve it before me. Marnell uses 4 2/3 cups of cereal and 3 1/3 cups of marshmallows to make cereal bars. How many more cups of cereal does Marnell use than marshmallows? Show your work. Sounds like Rice Krispie treats to me. That's what the story sounds like. Cereal and marshmallows. Marnell uses 4 2/3 cups of cereal and 3 1/3 cups of marshmallows to make cereal bars. How many more cups of cereal does Marnell use than marshmallows? Show your work. So what are we trying to find out? How many more cups of cereal compared to marshmallows? All right, read number 3. What's the important information? Marnell uses 4 2/3 cups of cereal and 3 1/3 cups of marshmallows to make cereal bars. How many more cups of cereal does Marnell use than marshmallows? Show your work. So looks like obviously we got some cereal and some marshmallows. And I crossed it out, but we want to know how many more. So that word more is really important. So more cereal compared to the marshmallows. Let's see how we should solve this one. Well, we haven't done pictures in a while, so I'll try pictures, but you may push pause. Try it your way. And welcome back. I'm trying the picture way. So there's 4. I'm going to need 5 because I'm going to have part of that one. So cereal, 1, 2, 3, 4, cereal, and 2/3. Boom, boom, cereal and cereal. Okay, so blue is cereal, which is weird, but we're calling that cereal. Marshmallows are going to be orange because why not? So we're going to subtract 3 1/3. So 1, 2, 3. I think I'll just take off one of these. 1/3. So that means answer is 1 whole and 1/3. So 1 1/3 cups. How many more cups of cereal? So we better put cups of cereal. Make sure you spell it right. That's your copying. All right. Hopefully we agreed. Circle that because that's our answer. Nicely done. Number 8. Kieran runs the first part of a relay in 4 4/6 minutes, which is a weird way to say time. 4/6 minutes, that would be 40 minutes out of 60 minutes. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, 40 seconds, I guess. 4 4/6 minutes. David runs the next part in 3 5/6 minutes. How long do they take to run both parts of the relay? Show your work. Okay. So we got some running, 2 parts of the relay. Okay. Kieran's running, David's running. The story's about running. Kieran runs the first part of a relay in 4 4/6 minutes. David runs the next part in 3 5/6 minutes. David is fast. How long do they both take to run both parts of the relay? Show your work. So, second read. What are we trying to find out? I agree. I'm trying to find out how long it takes to run both parts of the relay together. Third read, important information. Kieran runs the first part of a relay in 4 4/6 minutes. David runs the next part in 3 5/6 minutes. How long do they take to run both parts of the relay? Show your work. Important information is here. Kieran, and then David, and then how long do they take to run both parts? So the word both parts means we're going to be adding. So we got 4 4/6. Remember, push pause. Do it right now. Push pause. Did you do it? Bryson. Of course you did. Okay, welcome back. 4 and 4, 6 plus 3 and 5, 6. Dun, dun. Add the whole 7. Add the fractions. 3, 6 plus 4, 6 plus 5, 6 is 9, 6. This one's called improper. Let's change that to 6, 6 plus 3, 6. That's a 6. So that's 1 and 3, 6 plus the 7 for a total of, I'm going to put the total in a different color. 3, 6 blue. We haven't done that one yet. Whoops, no, that one. So 7 plus 1 and 3, 6 is 8 and 3, 6. Or 8 and 1/2. Or, whoops, that's supposed to be 2. Or 8.5. Or 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That would make more sense. Better put minutes. Yeah, because how long is half of a minute? 30 seconds. Nice job. Okay, I think this is number last one on page 460. Oh, we have to show 2 ways to add. Okay, 2 ways. So push pause, push pause, push pause. Jenica, push pause. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do 2 and 3/8 plus 3 and 4/8. I'm going to do the whole number part first. And then this 3/8 plus 4/8 is 7/8. Okay, so that's one way. Way number 2. I think I will change it to a fraction. Okay. 2 and 3/8. Okay. So that will be 2 will be 8/8 plus 8/8, so 16/8 plus 3/8. So that equals 19/8. Okay. I need a different color for a different way. What was I thinking? Okay, so this is the second way. We'll put a big line there. First way seems faster now. So we have 19/8 plus, now I have to change 3 and 4/8 is the same as 8/8 plus 8/8 plus 8/8 would be 8/8, 8, 16, 24. So 24/8 plus 4/8, that's a 4, is 28/8. Yeah, okay. Now we add 28 plus 19. So 28 plus 10 is 38. 38 plus 9 is, I'm going to go 47. 8. 8 times 6 is 48. So I've got to go 8 times 5 makes that 5. Because 8 goes into that 5 times. So that would be 48 plus 7/8. So 48 is 5 and 7/8. Yeah, I like this way better. But depends on the problem, doesn't it? Okay, so hopefully we agree. And I believe that's all. Let me check. Yep, that was it. So, bye, mathematicians. After this all makes sense, the next thing for tomorrow will be taking the 5-question math quiz comprehension check. So make sure that you this makes sense and really take your time on that so you can get all 5 of them correct. All right. Bye.